Okay, yes.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Icy. I went to
It's about to be my time, yeah. Damn. It's about to be my time, yeah. Damn. It's about to be my yeah. Shit. It's about damn time, damn.
Hi, I'm Icy. I went to school in the East and the North. Right?
Hi, I'm Sunny. I went to school in the West and the East.
Hey, I'm Nzinga. I went to school in the North and the East.
Hi, I'm JC. I went to school in the South.
Hi, I'm Yolanda, and I went to school in the South and the East.
Ooh. Did y'all ever skinny your pants or hem your skirt?
Yeah.
I did.
I did. My
Mine was
skirt, my blazer.
Always short.
Like,
yeah, one thing about me. One thing about me, like
your blazer and the skirt's the same length.
I like the oversized, not oversized, but like a kind of big blazer, and then like
Short skirts. Yeah, it's a cute. Yeah, it's making your uniform look cute. Yeah.
So I feel like I was able to get away with it more because I'm a bit more petite, so shorter things don't look so short. But with the person who's voluptuous and like curvy, they can't get away with those things. I remember when I got into my high school, literally I was the new girl and I had the shorter skirts. Everyone was like and then I only heard when I left the school that people were talking about me because of it, but I was like, I thought it's trying.
I did, but I stopped doing it in grade 10. Started wearing Buccaneers.
All Buccaneers got to do with your pants, bro.
You can't have skinny pants and have big shoes, bro.
Giving Ronald McDonald. Did y'all ever have a crush on someone in an older grade?
Yes.
Yeah.
They became my boyfriend a couple of years. Maybe 2 or 3 crushes. If I have a crush on you, I'm gonna tell you. This is very bad to say, but if you're a girl in a younger grade and you shoot your shot with a guy in older grade, you in. You easy.
It's too easy.
And I had a brother who was in an older grade, so like his friends or something shit. Yeah.
I didn't do that, bro.
You didn't do that. Okay, too. Did y'all ever get dress coded or like wear your uniform incorrectly?
Yes. I have long legs, so as soon as I
not suspended.
Yeah, I have long legs.
Is crazy.
As soon as I wear a short skirt, they're like, no, come here.
Yeah.
I got dress coded every assembly for like a full term. They would pull the ruler out and be like, your skirts, ish. No other skirts.
I wasn't necessarily dress coded, but there was a time where my teacher was fed up and she stood by the gates and anyone who had a different hair color was sent back home.
I remember that. I remember times like
Hair color chat.
I had to change my hair on the day.
Or me, like for us, it was like the black girls, if they had like froze or like your fro was too big, they would be like, they'd send you back home.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they'd send you back home.
African.
Yeah.
That's
Amen. For me, it was my socks for real. I like wearing my socks like high, like I didn't like folding them, and also like my skirt length, and yeah. But one of the schools that I went to, like we could like switch up our uniform low key, so yeah, I always just did the most, and that was a problem.
Another thing though that I know a lot of people used to get dress coded for if it wasn't the school uniform was hoodies in winter.
Yeah,
I would wear hoodies underneath my blanket. That's not the school color. It's cold.
But I don't know why they would get vexed about that, because it's cold in Johannesburg. It really gets cold.
Yeah.
It's not nice. Nothing is sexy about it. Like there's nothing sexy about it. But then even if you're wearing the school color, they will make you take off that. The jerseys that they make are not even thick enough. They're not. But still.
What type of friend groups do y'all think you were in? For me, I think I was like low-key, high-key actually. Always with, okay, not always actually. Grade 8, I was like a bum and a loser, you know. Low-key, the cool kids. High-key actually, like, and we'd be like big groups, like for real, and like, or like just the shawties that are like, that girl, like, aura and stuff. Yeah, little cliques, yeah.
I don't want to say the popular kids, but low key the popular kids.
Yeah.
And we'd band together, so it was one huge group. It wasn't like small cliques. And the creative kids, like the drum and
Yes,
the kids.
yeah.
Those were my people. Those were my people in high school.
I was always in trios too.
For real?
Yeah, like almost every.
We were in a
school,
trio.
I was in a trio. Like my friend group consisted of trios, and I was like,
Real trauma. Real trauma.
yo.
I was with like alcoholics.
That's actually the. And you say this so
And we
carefully
used to sneak it in every like school event, and like.
Yo, me, like, there'd be people in my school, they used to bring, like, their school water bottles and they'd, like, pour vodka and they'd drink it the whole time.
I'm quiet. Yes. I'm quiet.
Majority of the people that I always found myself with is because I was a quiet girl and I'd attract a lot of loud people, which was so crazy. I'd always be the quiet girl in a loud group of girls, but then, yeah, the most well-known group, the group that is the loudest and the most bubbly personalities, I'd find myself there every time, every single time.
And you'd just be that one
And I'd
quiet
just be
kid.
that one. Oh my god. Yeah.
What's the worst thing you did at school, or something that sent you to the principal's office, or someone that you know, or something you witnessed, you know?
Listen,
We don't judge.
so allegedly, there was a time, this one girl that I was in a friend group with, she was boy crazy, and her boyfriend was like the popular guy in the grade, and he just thought he ran the whole school, you know what I'm saying? And like I hated the sight of that boy. And one time we go to a house party, and this man, then mind you, in my friend group, like, we were a trio again, boy crazy girl, and then there was one other friend, and that other friend, like, I was rocking with her, like, she was a real one for real. And so we go to this house party and we see him moving crazy, but that was his reputation, and she was staying with him knowing that, like, he's got a reputation of moving crazy. And so then he framed me because he tried to hit on me, and then he framed me for wanting him, and I was like, nah. But I didn't say anything about it. I didn't say anything about what was happening at that day at the party. We come back to school the next week, and suddenly she's giving me the cold shoulder. She's acting mad, and I'm like, oh, it's like this now. Okay, cool. So her brother, my D, you know, he gave me the goods.
Wait, pause. What are you talking about?
He was my supplier. Let me say
Yes.
that. So he was my
Okay.
supplier. He gave me nice goods, but her brother hated her. So she tried to essentially get me expelled. She tried to get me expelled by planting her brother's seeds in my stuff. And I ended up pulling a switcheroo on her, did it to her. But I wasn't done there. I was like, okay, since you wanna move mad, let's move outrageous. So she ended up planting stuff in my things, and when she had left to go snitch, that's when we did the switcheroo. And her boyfriend that had a reputation was also, he liked kids. And yeah. So I had a little file on him that had things that were not supposed to be there. So what did I do? At that point, he was already like almost 19 in grade 10. So I was like, you know, let me take this little goods to the police. And so now they're both in jail. So what do we get to that story?
Wait, that was what? I've never been to the principal's office, guys. Good child, good student. But I was in a friend group with people who they were just not good influences. Okay. And allegedly, there was this friend I had, and I was really cool with her. And it's so crazy. Little side note: before Bev and I got close, me and this girl were close, and this girl hates Bev. Side note: when
What are we talking about?
so Literally.
Oh, she wanted to poison me, you know?
So no, seriously,
Like dead
did
ass.
not like
She
babe.
wanted to poison me, like dead ass.
So there was a time that she came to school and we were all like, no man, something's not right with this girl. What's going on? And someone kept saying, guys, let's go smell her breath because maybe she's drunk.
That's what we did.
We smell her breath, we find a bottle, similar story, school water bottle, and it's full with whiskey to the top. This girl has drank maybe 3 quarters. She's not okay. Now she's a part of our friend group and she's going around saying we're all drinking with her, it's a vibe, it's a vibe. The school finds out about it and it's like, okay guys, all of you to the office, who's been drinking? Now faced with the situation, do we snitch? Because as a friendship group, we'd never do that. But we're not going down for something we didn't do.
Cap.
So yeah, she got suspended for a couple of days after that because she lied and said, no, I'm not okay at home, so I need to take this. This is how I take my medicine. She came up with a whole story that almost threw all of us in the bus. We didn't do anything. And yeah, that's my story. I'm not friends with her anymore, unfortunately. Fortunately.
So, this one time in high school. Next. Okay, so basically, I got into a little situation, right? Where, you know how most cough medicines have codeine? So I was sick. This is the story. And if anyone else has a different version of the story, they lying. I just want to tell you that. I was sick around that time, so I was taking cough medicine. And the cough medicine that I took has codeine. Why were we getting tested that day?
I remember that.
And there were cups, like, not even cups, like, well, you see those water bottles that are like, I don't know how to explain that. But yeah, I had a few of those. And somehow, there was something there. And yeah, I got suspended.
You couldn't show them the medicine.
Nah, but I beat my case. And, hey man, if they saying I'm innocent, word on the streets is I'm innocent.
Yeah.
I never went to the principal's office. I'm
For
a
real?
chill guy.
You too, guys. Okay.
I didn't get much of a stitch or a stiff in school. I was keeping to myself, honestly. If I were gonna be in trouble, it would have been like guilty by association, not just me doing it. I'm a very by the rules girl.
Or y'all didn't have like a wild story, like someone, like something you witnessed?
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
I can tell you all about it, but there was a time where, what's that day again, the weed day?
420.
420. So there was 420 at school, and the dealer, the girl, was high on her own stuff, and she would sell like edibles, like pancake edibles, like cake muffins or whatever the case may be. So we were in business class and they started just to calling because grade 8s were like tweaking and they were buying the edibles. They were tweaking and then they outed her being the dealer.
Damn.
Right? When they called her, it was for the teachers as unexpected. As the learners we know, obviously she's a dealer, but they called her and she went as high as she was. She went to the point where like, no, ma'am, you can even taste it for yourself. You can even taste, knowing that they're edibles, you can even taste it for yourself. They're like, no, it's okay, thank you. And then the day went on by, but then, like, a lot of grade 8s were tweaking that day. Like, everyone had their own, but then my thinking was like, why are you selling it to the youngest grades?
For
knowing that they
real,
would
like
tweak
those
her
are
like that?
kids, bro.
But, yeah.
Money is money, but
You're cooked.
We used to have like in my school in the West, we used to have like student teachers, and a lot of them like were fresh out of that high school, and one of the student teachers started the student, and like that student was like a grade 9, and so one time they got drunk in the staff office, and they came out and raw, they were wasted. So now that student teacher gets called into the office, yo, chappies, we're gonna call the police, and the girl comes in and she starts screaming, I'm pregnant, you did this, pregnant. She was pregnant. And so they call her parents, right? So her parents also come into the principal's office later on that day, and the dad ended up getting into a physical altercation with the student teacher.
That's crazy.
And it was deep. And so then, because the student teacher was so drunk, when the principal was reprimanding him, that student teacher put his hands on that principal.
That's
so
crazy.
It was going down. It was going down. And nobody knew about this because obviously, like, everybody was in class and school and everything. But then the principal's PA had, because the principal had his own intercom, right? Because there was an intercom for the school. It was in like the normal offices, and then he had his own. And the PA mistakenly pressed the intercom. The whole school was listening on that thing. And
that's crazy. That's crazy.
On a lighter note, what's the one game y'all would play at school?
Game.
Yeah. For us, it was Crazy Eights.
Oh. I don't know if this was a game, but like we used to cheat as a class. Yeah.
What?
So
Wait, that's crazy.
like, we had 3 specific like smart children, and like they would have click pens. And so if we were writing a certain math test and we all needed an answer, then they would like click a certain amount of times, and then the whole class knew, oh, it's this answer.
That's so dope.
So that's how we would like write it down. Yeah, and then like sometimes if a teacher would annoy us, then like Zulu girls, the so somebody would start that at the back, and then once like there's 5 people singing in unison, everybody just puts their heads down and then sleeps while the teacher's talking for the rest of the lesson.
What school is
Game, we used to play cards a lot. Crazy Eight. Well, and Crazy Eight, the way we played, guys, it's never like you played it before. Let me tell you,
For real?
it's the craziest Crazy Eight game ever. Love it. We used to play with 2 packs of cards because there'd be so many of us, and then we had an ongoing game of tag. Like, I don't know when it started, and then we were just playing it during class, through breaks, in the middle of class. Sometimes people would run into other classes, tag a person, and then run out quickly. Like, it was an ongoing game for a while. And on the note of cheating, I don't know if this is the same. There was this one, we had this thing in high school called a tutorial, a math tutorial, like a little booklet that you had to complete by a certain time. And I don't know why, but for one of those tutorials, the whole grade didn't do anything. And so one morning we all got to school early at like 6:30 in the morning, and we all copied off of 3 people who completed the math tutorial, and we all got the same answers. Yeah.
And we all got caught.
Literally that day, we all hooked that day. Yeah, that's the craziest thing. That's mine.
We had another game, like this school that I went to in the West, it was a boarding school. So like on Sundays we play like King's Thingers, like we take a tennis ball and like dodgeball also, low key, and we throw it at each other in the dark. Oh, it was so fun.
The dog.
No, because like it was a big quad, like it was like a big tennis quad that everybody would chill at until a certain time where everybody has to go to their hostels to go sleep. Everybody would just be playing King's Things.
Did you board?
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is this crazy school that a lot of
Boarding schools are crazy
Yeah,
schools.
boarding schools are
Boarding schools are
crazy
crazy schools.
Every game that they'd play would end up in a fight. It would literally end up in a fight. So I wouldn't see any games, I'd just see fights. What's going on? What happened? Game. Okay. So that's all. I just know fights as a game.
That's crazy.
I never really played games.
Y'all played soccer?
We played soccer
Yeah.
at break in primary school.
Boys always play soccer. I don't know what's up there.
And they come into the next class smash.
Like-
No. Now we must sit next to you.
and then they sit next to you.
Guys, please. Break time soccer should be illegal
No
because
cap.
yeah, no.
My teacher one time bought like a spray for guys specifically. Whenever they came back from the grounds, they'd actually if you smelt, because he was lightheaded and a smell was a very sensitive thing for him. So whenever like the guys would just come, there was just a spray, a body spray set for them there. All of them would just smell the same, but then they'd overdo it and it'd still do the same effect because now it's like
Sweat and deodorant.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
take that combo.
Yeah.
What phone did y'all have?
I had a Droid. I had many Android phones in my life.
I had a Samsung Galaxy Pocket Neo, like full name.
That was my first phone.
For real.
I had two 5G Mobicells. They were like this little cute phone.
Yeah.
I stole your phone.
Why you even here? Why we cool right now? Why we
That's
cool?
so crazy.
No, we didn't really steal a phone. Our phone
Nah,
was
but y'all
passed
stole
around.
it. But y'all stole it though. And yo, I cried. Yo, I bet I cried. But I got a phone the next day, so.
Yeah, I lost my phone before I went to high school. So there was a year, like a whole year where I didn't have a phone. It was just vibes.
Just vibes. Just vibes.
Used to trap phones for the sock and I was just trap beats like I'm Puck. Tryna get the cash like a thug, got hell of